Thanks, Jen. I'm Chapman, and I'm really glad to be here on JPML Select. I've really wanted to try out like English commentary for quite a while, so I'm grateful for the opportunity. And sure, let's watch some interesting Mahjong on JPML English channel. Yep, I am from Hong Kong. I'm currently living in Tokyo, but yeah, I came to Tokyo like a year ago, and I joined JPML this year in April. So everything's been well since April. Yeah, yeah, my first time. Yeah, my first time, and I got lucky. I got a plus 230 or something, and yeah, I went up 2 leagues. I think like Garth did something like that a few seasons ago. So I think I'm grateful for the luck I've received over these 5 sessions.
Do does that work? Okay,
It's
there we
okay.
go. Okay, so sorry.
Let's start
I
over.
did introduce, that's not Garth, that's Chapman from JPML. Thank you, Tips, for telling me that we couldn't hear me. I I don't know why, like, it decides to not recognize the mic every time I turn on my computer, but because it's plugged in from the last time we streamed, so there's no reason why it shouldn't work, but now it should be working.
I see.
Okay, so, yeah, Chapman joined JPML this year. Now I'm too loud. God, nothing but complaints from Tips, I swear. Okay, is that better?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
No,
Should
it's the
I
on the stream, not for you. But
should I
um,
introduce myself again?
nope, nope, nope. They could hear you just fine. So they
Great.
just didn't hear how I was introducing you. Uh, so my kohai, um, 20 years difference between. I think you're 42. You're 42 or 43.
Yeah, I'm 42. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm 22. So,
Yeah.
but now we're only
20 years
one.
difference as a Mahjong pro.
Yes, now we're
So
only one league apart since Chapman
I've got
jumped
a
up
lot.
2 leagues, and I only moved up one to E3. So probably he will shoot past me in the We're also going.
I've
He's
got
also going to
quite a
play
lot to
in
learn.
what's it called, the Special Advancement League.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
the special advancement league. Yeah,
but
I've
I can't play in this season, so
uh,
I qualified, but I can't play in it. So
uh
probably Chapman will be 3 leagues ahead of me by later this
nah, I got to
by
like
next year.
I gotta like actually win the special advancement league one to like stand any chance, but I don't think it's that simple.
It's a lot of conditions. You have
Yeah.
to get in the top 3 in the Special Advancement League itself, and there's already like 40 people. And then you also have to have positive in your current league, and you can't miss any league days at all, not a single one. So it's really, really a lot of conditions, which is why I've decided to prioritize something else this season. But maybe next season, we'll see. Alright, so today we're going to be. I'm actually not sure because I was actually kind of expecting Garth and Chapman to be commentating, but we will do Jenn and Chapman today. We have the second game from the 5th Ranma, which happened last year. So this is the last Ranma we need to catch up, and then later, in a couple months, we will play the Ranma from this year. But we'll have to do it as a paywall stream because it's still under the paywall in the JPML official channel. But here we go. I think everybody is. We can hear everybody, and we cannot hear the Japanese commentator, so it should be good. We have the commentators there: Yazaki, Otani, and Akiba. But the game will get started in just a second here. It is our first dealer will be Shimizu. Second, or the south seat, will be Furumoto. In the west seat, Hiro Shibata, and in the north seat, Minami Hoshino.
So I'm waiting to see the full names of all the candidates. Yeah.
So yes, it's I think Ryuichi, Kazuhiro, but
And Hiroshibata and yeah, Hoshino. Great. So please bear with me. It's like probably my first time as a commentator, but Yeah, the screen just changed. Okay, so here, let's
Sorry.
take a look
So
at.
we
Let's take a look.
started, or we ended the last game with Hoshino maintaining her first place. She held on to that first place for dear life until the end of the game.
Yeah.
Hiro was able to make a comeback to take second place, and Furumoto held on to a positive third place with only Shimizu in the negatives in game one. So this is game two, and there's 4 games total.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's a pretty important game for like Shimizu to like try to like get himself back into the competition, because like he's the only one in the negatives, and if he gets another negative, it's going to be quite hard for him to secure an advancement from this round. I suppose.
So this we're going for. This is the last game, so we're going for first place. Winner takes all here. In the 4th game, they're gonna have to go for first place only.
It's the final.
This is the final, yeah. That happened
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah,
So.
that's gonna be painful for Shimizu to try to call back, but yeah, it's still the second game, so anything can happen.
And the biggest challenge with that is that these are JPML A rules, so the competition rules are no ippatsu, no ura, no fun. So how have you transitioned to playing the A rules in most matches now that you've become a JPML pro?
Well, I guess I'm like quite confident with playing in the A rules myself. I've been practicing A rules since since my days in Hong Kong before I became a pro. So I quite enjoy actually playing the JPML rules day by day.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, like
so Shimizu gets a temp I hear, the 4-5 man.
So when I started, there was like no place to practice A rules unless you set up a private game.
Yeah, we like it's really not a popular rule, like both in Hong Kong as well and even in Japan. So you gotta like find people to practice that are interested in the role to practice with you. And I got lucky in Hong Kong. We had like a few. Shimizu got the Rona Gari from who was it? Furumoto. So great.
So just one Hong, 1,500 points.
1,500 and a Renchan, which is pretty important in this role, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. If he was gonna try and make up those points, so you can see already how that makes a difference being the only player with a big positive.
In JPML rules, like we really need the really need to get ourselves above the 30k points. So I guess everything to build from here. Okay, so let's look at everyone's hand. Shimizu has a normal hand, I guess, and Furumoto as well.
Furumoto has a lot of open-endeds. It looks like it's going to be a faster hand, but 2 Dora for Hiro.
Dora. Yeah, and has 4 Toitsu. Might go for a cheat toy.
Yeah, lots of pairs in the hand.
So yeah, really feels like the 7 pairs. Yeah. Furumoto gets a 4 consecutive shape in the Manzu. And it's still a bit difficult for Shimizu. Lots of blocks, but 0 completed Mensu. And Shibata gets another open-handed shape in the 1-4 so. 1 so, which Hoshino discards. Oh, it seems that Furumoto is gonna be pretty quick for this hand, but Hiro Shibata here has the most chances for a huge hand, I guess. And Hoshino gets the 5th pair. So 1 pair away from Chitoi Tenpai. And Furumoto here draws the 2M for Ishanten, I guess. Yeah. Wow. What a draw. The 4M looks pretty important for this hand. It seems that Hiro is still taking his time.
So Hiro has been taking his time most. I think that's sort of his style. He's sat back.
Yeah.
He kind of took the. It's like when you're driving on the freeway and you can kind of draft behind a big truck. So he's not worried about like taking first place for each game, but kind of like riding those waves behind the first place player.
Here he has like a Ishanten, but he also has has quite the opportunity for Sanshoku on the 4 of Manzu. So, and Furumoto is probably juggling between Anpais for his Ishanten, and Hiro decides to discard the 4M for like a wider Ishanten. And Shimizu gets the Tenpai. Wow. The sumo has been working well for him. And here comes Furumoto with a 3-sided weight here. And Hiroshibata.
Hiro's gonna chase.
With the chase. And with the Dora pair. But Furumoto comes out with the win and 2 Ricci sticks to come with it. What a win.
That will take us to Furumoto's dealership.
Yeah. The 5-6 pin was definitely a bit difficult for Shimizu, but as dealer, I suppose that was all he could do. So everything still seems to be a pretty close affair between the other 3. Okay, Furumoto with a pair south. Hoshino here with lots of Sozu, with a chance of Hoitsu. And Shibata here with lots of Pinzu.
We have a ni hao in the chat.
Let me take a look at the chat. Oh, hi.
The Don stands alone says ni hao.
Okay, so Furumoto is still Ishanten, which is pretty good for dealer, but he draws the Dora and he decides to drop his pair of souths. Here's Shibata with 4 pairs and a chance for Homitsu Chitoi for a huge hand. And Shimizu is also taking his time. Here drops the 4 and 5 of Sozu. Seems like he's only looking at Chitoitsu or Homitsu. And he calls the 1 pin. Seems like, well, definitely it's Homitsu with 2 Doras. And Furumoto has the Dora stuck in his hand, but it seems like he's gonna go for a Dora Tanky weight. And Hoshino has a pretty low value hand despite a good open-handed shape. Okay, so Furumoto with the Ishan 10. Probably gonna discard the 2M for a 1 for 7 Manzu weight here. But he still wants Ishan 10. And Hoshino is also Ishan 10. 3-6 so. And the Manzu block as well. It seems that Furumoto might play the Dora until he decides to discard that pair of Manzu. It seems that Hero's call is being thought of pretty highly by the other players, considering how everyone are like actively avoiding to discard the Pinzu, as well as
yeah, maybe not just the call itself, but also the discards leading up to it.
Yeah, and also with the Dora being the Jihai, it might be a bit
So
and Hoshino takes the Shampoo.
So generally, the basic rule that you're going to think of, Hoshino will get the win.
It's 1300, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, just the West. But generally, they look for the overflow, right? So once if you have called a dots, a pinzu, or any suit, a single suit, and you have none of those in your discard and all the other suits, and also no honor tiles in the discard. Once you have an overflow of that suit that it looks like you're going for, then people are going to be on high alert and think that you're Tenpai. And at least, even if you're not, maybe just assume that everything in that suit is now very dangerous.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Well, all of these players are quite experienced, so I'm sure their read is going to be pretty on point here. So.
Well, they're experienced, but compared to Hiro, they're very sort of new.
Yeah.
So part of it is also going to be a sort of...
Is that Itsu at round 2?
Dang. Like
wow.
A turn reach? It's not a full flush. I don't know if there's 3 1-sos and none of the 9-sos are out.
Yeah, like
it seems like
if you're going big, some might even look for the Chu then, I guess.
I think that definitely Garthe. And look at that. You're only 2 away from Chu.
but this reach is like 6 KL, right? For both the 1 and 4 pins. So I think it's like it's really high value at this, especially in this
but like
I'd say like it's a fair reach, especially as dealer.
It's only 2 away though. It's only 2 away. 2 away is nothing.
Yeah. I'd see why some might choose to like discard or maybe choose a Dama.
Of course, it's a valid reach, but damn.
Yeah, I guess a Dama to wait for extra Sozu also makes sense.
Thank you.
With the Dama being 106 points, I guess. Yeah, in this rule. Pinfu, Itsu, Dora. But with it being this early, I guess Hiro would really want to try to lock everyone's hands down with the reach. But
he's trying to use, of course, the aspect of speed to his advantage, but it just seems like such a You're
I
very
saw
rarely that
something.
close, so I could definitely understand wanting to go for the Yakima too. Maybe if it wasn't a title match, maybe if it was just
Yeah,
like league or something.
yeah. If it was like an exhibition or something, I'm sure he'd like wait. But here
I
she,
don't know, regular pro league, wouldn't you go for the flush there?
I think I'd be really happy with this, like with this reach myself.
Like session one? I don't know. It's
Yeah, I take the 6K all.
well, he's not. You don't know if he's gonna get
Uh,
6K all.
yeah, I my type of mahjong is like pretty much lacks the dreams and hopes.
Oh no. I guess that's why you get to move up 2 leagues and I only get to move up
Here,
one.
here Shimizu has a hand with Tanyao Ishanten and 3 Dora, so I'm thinking he's gonna like push everything he sees until he gets a Tenpai. He's probably the only one with enough hand value to push against Heroes Stealer Reach. How much of the 1-4 pin is left at this point? So Hoshino is 1, Furumoto is 2, and Shimizu gets a Tenpai for 7. So okay, and Furumoto is 3. So wow, Hero still has like 4 in the wall. One 4-pin and 3 1-pins. And for the 7, there's probably 2, if I'm not mistaken. With 1 in Furumoto's discard and 1 in Hero's discard. And Furumoto here is pretty much struggling. He's trying to like find a safe tile, considering how Shimizu is pushing from that position. He must have quite a high hand value, but the character tile, this east is pretty dangerous. So he discards the 4M, and Hiroshibata gets the 6K all.
So he gets it, he draws it.
Yeah. I guess looking at the total scores after he draws a 6K all, I think it's the better move to call the 6K all, despite how everyone really wanted to go for the flush, I guess.
Well, apparently not everyone, just me.
Yeah. But I see the point with like waiting for the flush, and like it's gonna be like an even a higher value hand. So I suppose quite some people would do that. Okay, so we're on to the next hand with Shibata now in the lead. He's going for a Ren-chan, I guess. No, that was Shimizu with the pawn of the with a call on the Haku, the white dragon. With another pair of the green dragon in his hand. So a potential Daisangin chance, I guess. He needs all the chins he can get. He also has 1 Dora, so if he draws another one, it's going to be a great chance for 2 Yakuhai, 2 Dora, or a simple Mangan. And speaking about Dora, Hero here has the Dora pair again. But Shimizu gets the concealed uncle on the green dragon. And the hero Shibata seems like he's gonna get another E2 with the Dora pair. Wow, he sure is getting his hands in today. Well, not today, just on the day this match happened. And Tempai. It seems like reach. Yeah, he calls the reach for the 2/5 man. Yeah, I suppose. With the points he has, he's gonna go for the draw. With the game being the final, with the winner takes it all, I suppose he needs that extra hand value to push against the other players, and here Shimizu pushes the Dora into the discard. I suppose he thinks of this point as I think he has to stop Hero from winning another high value hand, or it's gonna be too far off for him to chase for the remaining few games of this session. Well, at this moment, Shimizu is 50 points away from Hero, and I think it's pretty difficult to chase that within 2 games. And Furumoto deals into Shimizu.
Sorry, I need to ask the chat something. Are you able to rewind in the stream? Because I can't seem to rewind, and I'm wondering if I.
Yeah, we can't rewind on the stream.
Yeah, usually you can, so it's very
Any-
strange that we cannot anymore.
Any settings?
Yeah, I'm checking that. So I just want to make sure it's not just me.
Yeah, I can't as well.
Why? Okay, thank you. Just locked live, right? Why? I swear I did not do this on purpose. I don't know what is going on.
Yeah, YouTube is difficult, I guess. So, in the meantime,
also never happened before. So,
in the meantime, I'll keep talking about the game, I guess.
Okay.
So, well, with Hero in the leading position, I think he's going to look for a chance to push the game into just the next dealer, and with his direct rival Hoshino as the dealer, I think it's quite an important game for Hero to try to proceed, I guess. But he is having quite a hard time with his hand here. So, meanwhile, Hoshino has a pretty low value hand here.
You have to do it before you start streaming. Alright, so sorry everybody, we can't do that today, but I guess I will check it before we stream next time. That's so weird. I don't know. I don't know if it's a new setting or if it's, but whatever. It's
Yeah,
it's
sorry, sorry everyone. So, Hoshino draws the 7 pin for 1 completed block, but 3 blocks away still at this point, and I think it's gonna be quite an ordeal for her to try the Ranchang here. Shimizu gets the Ishanten with possible calls on the east and the white dragon. And Hoshino plays the 2 Iso. Shimizu with a Tanyao hand, and my mistake. It was Furumoto with the hand with the east and the white dragon calls.
He has too many blocks here. He's gonna have to decide which block, but it's difficult when both of your honor pairs have value, and everything else is open-ended. So he's gonna go with the 5 so pair.
I think the 5 so pair looks the best, but I think he's like taking a short thing about how safe is the 5 so at this point of the game. Like, would he deal into a high value dama or the sort? But he decided to go with the 5 so discard anyway. And here he has the choice to drop the pair completely, but he holds on to the other 5 so. I suppose he's going to change the other 5 so for another safe tile in a moment. Hoshino here also has quite a lot of blocks. And Shimizu, okay, and here the Tempai. I think he can call reach with both the 5 so and the 8 so, but he calls it with the 5. So I guess that's more of an safety consideration here for the 5 so, because the 8 so hasn't been played up till this moment. But he has quite the value with a Mangan draw on both the white dragon and the east, and here Hero draws the east, and he has both the white dragon and the east, and with his hand being in this state, I suppose he's not gonna deal in. He has quite a lot of safe tiles despite drawing a door pair here, and Hoshino has a difficult draw weight there, and I think she's gonna struggle to Tempai. So it's 1 east left for Furumoto's weight. And here I think Hoshino might consider to fold. Yeah. But Shimizu has the Tanyao Pinfu Ishanten. So I suppose he's gonna like push a little bit more, considering he needs good value from every single hand he has with his points. And after playing the Q so, I think the 9 so, I think Hoshino is gonna drop her hand. And Furumoto gets the Mangan Tsumo, the 4th and the final East, to win 2k, 4k. That's quite the draw. Like, that completely pulls him back into the competition.
It's really important to try and catch up with Hiro here.
Yeah, and it's pretty painful for Hoshino to drop her dealer with the minus 4k, and she's still pretty close, and if she manages to get her points above 30k, I think she still stands quite a good chance. So that's probably what she's going to be aiming for in this Hanchan. So back to Shimizu's hand. It definitely is painful for like you to have been in this position, right? In Shimizu's position, you need the best value from every single hand, and everyone's gonna come at you and try to push your dealer away. So and especially with experienced opposition like Hero. When I played in the Judance in Select, I also got myself in a similar position to Shimizu thanks to my inexperience.
um. Okay, announcement. I have fixed the YouTube stream. I found it.
Oh,
So if you refresh it, I think you have to refresh it, but then you can move forward and backward through the stream. So uh, it's not locked in anymore.
Yeah, it is working well.
Yay. Okay. So I've learned another thing about why
Great.
YouTube doesn't work how I want it to. Okay,
Hiroshi
now I can concentrate on the play. Sorry, you're in South 1.
Thank you so much.
She means a dealer again. And it looks like Furumoto-san now is suddenly much faster with a 4-5-6 Sanshoku, the mixed sequence possibility. And he will lock in those Sozu. The thing is that 7 So, the 7 Bamboo Dora, is also a pair. It's gonna have
Here,
to
Hoshino has
maybe
a
make some
transfer.
things in the Pinzu to lock in the 4-5-6.
Yeah, the 4-5-6 seems pretty likely for Furumoto, but there's also a chance for Ipeiko. And here Shibata here has no pair, but he needs to pair for Tenpai. But it is Tanyao Pinfu, or the like. It seems like a high value Ishanten for Hero. And here, Hoshino is both the 6-7-8 Sanshoku and the 7-8-9 Sanshoku as potential point. And Furumoto plays the 5 Bamboo. It's a pretty interesting discard, I'd say. Like, it locks in the pair of Doras.
Locks in the pair of Dora and also the much better chance at the 4-5-6 Sanshoku. Because I have the 3-6 to get in the way anymore.
Hoshino is Ishanten, but it's Pinfu Dora. Yeah. So if she takes the 8 So as the head.
So I think what we're going to see from Furumoto is dropping the 9 pin and hoping to get either the 8 or triple up the Dora.
Yeah. Seems fair enough. And Shimizu here is also Ishanten, but it's Tanyao Nomi.
Furumoto's actually 2 away.
Wow. And Hiro has a Tenpai
Yes,
on the
Tenpai.
2-5 pin with a Dama. So Shimizu is taking things quite directly, I guess, if that's what we would say. Like, there are types of players that likes to take their time like Hiro, but Shimizu here is playing pretty straightforward. And Furumoto is...
It is 1 away for the 4-5-6, and that 9 pin comes out. So now you can go the 7, 8, or 8 of dots, or the Dora. Of course, there's no Dora left on the wall for him to get. And
but I think he's still gonna call everything he can, I guess, with the hand value he has. Here's the two pin, and if she discards it, Hero is gonna win 2600. Tanyao Wandora.
That's an interesting discard.
So Hero manages to push the game again.
I wonder why she was holding on to the north.
I think she might think that like everyone is still a bit away from Senpai and decides to play.
And then even I think she could have maybe gone with like the 9 pin then instead. She wanted the 789 Sanshoku, but it was getting really late. You gotta be a little bit thinking
More
that the 9 pin had just come out, so
I guess she wasn't folding, I guess, because like she
no, that I don't think you had to fold. I guess she had to fold for that. But
Yeah.
the 2 and the 5. Because she doesn't have a pair either. So the
Yeah.
2-5 also seems like a good option for a pair. I guess she had the 5 already discarded, but I guess the thing that I want to say is when you get to row 3, especially with these A rolls, you'll find a lot of Dama-10. There are a lot of people that won't reach. You gotta be a little bit cautious. Yeah, when you get to row 3. Which is something that has taken me 20 years to learn, which is why I'm still in D leagues. So.
Well, being in D League still puts you like above like 200 Renmei pros, so I think that's still quite an achievement. Especially with like the sheer number of like pros in the E leagues these few years.
So there are a lot. It is the big leagues. We have doubled up leagues for all D and E leagues now.
Yeah.
You know, when I joined, there was only D1. Like D1 was brand new.
Yeah, I heard that back in the days there was only like A until C or something like that. So back in the days.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, when it started, there was only like one league, and then they added more and more. But yeah, still, even when I started, there was only D1 was brand new. They had
But
never
now
had it there.
we're all the way down to E3.
Not only E3, double, because we only had one D1 league. It wasn't like D1 1
Yeah.
and 2, right? So now it's 1 and 2 for all of the Ds and Es.
So Hiroshibata with the Empire on the Dora. The one of Manzu. And he calls a reach. It's quite an attempt, considering the situation. I think Tsurumoto is definitely going to enjoy pushing back here. With the lack of clues in Shibata's discard. And Hoshino has the Dora, but I'm pretty sure she's not going to discard that. I think it's the better route would be like to either fold with the 5 so, or to play the 9-8 pins for.
But now Shimizu's Tempai waiting for the middle 8 pin.
Yeah. Wow. Furumoto draws the Dora, and he has no use for the Dora, but he decides to keep it for a bit more, and here he draws the free amp, and I think he has the chance of to play all the Sozu, and he does that to avoid dealing in the Dora.
So Shimizu just had a option to switch to open-ended, but chose to go with the edge because maybe he felt the 9 pin was a little bit less dangerous to the reach, but what did he chi there? It's a 5.
Yeah, I suppose like the normal like the option that most people would take would be to call the open-ended one, but he keeps the 8 pin weight and he draws another 7, and
so now he's shovel weight, like the
I guess that weight, but I guess he's playing it pretty safe.
I don't know if he's playing it pretty safe, and the 9 was not necessarily safe against that reach when he discarded it the first time.
Yeah, so, fair enough.
I guess it's a little bit safer than the 6, but only because
it's just that little bit. And Furumoto is still Ishanten. He really wants the Tempai to continue his dealer, and he gets the Tempai. It's a Fuiten on the two of Manzu. That he probably still has to push that, and it is Roan for Shimizu. That's 1k if I'm not mistaken.
So my dragon.
Yeah. Furumoto did quite a roundabout with his hand. He avoided the deal in and dropped all the bamboos and managed to push for a tenpai. So it was quite interesting. And here is, wow, what a hand. He has a pair of the white dragon, a pair of the south, 2 Yakuhai pairs. A great chance for some hand value here. And Furumoto
is definitely going to be hedging that flush, try and gain some points. But at the same time, you want to end Shibata's dealership as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I think for Furumoto, if he manages to end with above 30k and with the total scores here, he's going to be pretty pleased.
Welcome, Kip, to the chat.
Yeah, hi everyone. And here Hero calls the white dragon, and he's 1 away. Well, even with only the 2 Yakuhai for 1 KO, it's still pretty important. I think in this rule, like every single point is important, considering how the ranking scores aren't worth anything here. Like they are worth something, but not a lot. And Hero gets the tenpai. On the 3 of Manzu. And it's 2 left in the wall, I guess. So Shimizu has 1, Furumoto has 1, 2 left.
There are none on the board. Hoshino, I think now maybe Hoshino's feeling a little bit more on alert about calls from Shibata.
Yeah, but
it is open-ended.
Pretty sick. So with the upgrade to an open-ended, Hoshino seems to be playing pretty aggressively with the 4M, but I suppose she's gonna fold in a moment with her hand progress.
I think she's really trying to slim down the hand very early, so she's not left with those middle tiles, and it sort of.
And here Hero tries to camouflage his weight with a karagiri on the 8 so.
So it kind of reduces the number of tiles that she can use in her hand as she slims it down earlier.
Yeah. Considering her hand value, I think that's pretty normal. And Hero gets another discard here, but yeah, Hoshino's probably gonna push this hand with the 7 pin now, giving her a pretty good hand. Ishan 10, the 3-sided. What suit was that? The Sozu. And he gets tenpai, and probably this is gonna like deal into Hero, and Hero takes the win. 1500. Still a great win. You always want another game, another hand as dealer.
Another shot at dealership.
But Hero needs all the points he can to make everything after an easier time for him. Like in this role, I think if you're playing like these kind of games where you definitely need to win, you want like to be 20 points ahead of everyone for everything to be easy.
So a really nice fill-in for Shimizu to start out with. The middleweight fits right in. Hiro's hand is actually looking much slower.
Hoshino draws the 3 bamboo. It's quite a good draw. Shimizu is actually pretty straightforward with his honor tiles. Like especially in this role, I think I see lots of players that decide to lock down on their honor tiles until like quite a bit, but
squeeze them.
she,
Yeah, we'd
yeah,
say.
but Shimizu decides to discard them pretty early in most of his hands up to here.
All right. Maybe a
And
potential other pair, but now we have a green dragon pair up for Furumoto, and he has that pair of Dora as well.
yeah.
So I think we're gonna see a green dragon pawn if and when it comes out. None out on the board so
Yeah,
far.
but he's also Ishan-ten for the Cheetoy.
Mm,
And
that's true.
he
I mean,
decides.
he's holding onto those tiles so that he can do the Cheetoy. I really dislike doing Cheetoy in this situation.
It's pretty hard, especially when you need a bit of like luck on which tiles to keep. Especially doing Cheetoy locks you out of calling, and with Dora Dora, I suppose most would want to call.
I mean, people like Cheetoy Dora Dora for the Hane Matsumo, but
It isn't
personally,
that
I feel like there's a lot of option. Like the calls are not bad here for the 8 pin as well as the 9 so. 9
if
so looks
you
like a good tile to wait on.
if he wants a toy, I think calling from the free pin seems pretty comfortable.
What would you do? Would you just stick with the Cheetoy?
I'd probably stick with the Cheetoy. He yeah, he's holding on to the 2 of Manzu, which is pretty interesting. I think he wants to avoid dropping an open-ended weight that early, especially with an open-ended weight on the Dora. Will definitely
No,
attract some attention.
the Dora is the one.
The one, yeah.
Yeah.
So he drops the free of Manzu pretty early, but he is keeping.
He doesn't want to show. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't want to show that he drops the 1-4. But yeah, at this round, he decides to go safely, and probably Hero's thinking about what hand does he have with.
Wait, why is it this M? It's Ami, not Minami.
Oh, it's yeah.
It's supposed to be an A. My bad. I'll fix that. I wonder why I had that. Strange. It's fixed.
Great. And Shimi's. Wow. I thought he has the Tenpai on the what was that? The Cheetoy on the 2 of bamboo. No, it wasn't Cheetoy. He got the open he got the open hand side of the Pinzu, and it's Ipeiko.
Oh, I know. It's because the commentator is Akiba, Minami Akiba, and I mixed them up.
Names are a bit similar, I guess.
It's because they're both hiragana and
Yeah. I see. Yeah, I totally feel about that. Yeah, the hiragana isn't that easy, especially for like me.
Hiragana, it's not the hiragana, it's just that in my brain they got mixed up as hiragana names instead of
Yeah.
I've been reading hiragana for like 30 years. Like, it's not it's not that I can't read.
Yeah, I'm the beginner here. And Furumoto has the Tenpai on the Cheetoy Dora Dora, and he calls it Dama with a potential direct hit on Hiro. The North is 2 discarded, so it's a Jigokumachi. But it seems like a pretty good tile to hit Hiro with. Hero's probably going for a fold here. And he's still slightly pushing with the Ishan-ten. He'd probably want the Tenpai if possible. And Furumoto. Yeah. So someone in the chat wants it to turn on.
Yeah, I did turn it up. I think this is better. I just hadn't tested it yet.
It changes into the
The three
tanky weight on the
so yeah. So I don't know if you know this,
oh the
but
pizza.
the three
And
so is like a magic tile in the West. Oh, the North
wow.
comes out.
What comes out?
Not quite Haite, one before the Haite, but Furumoto gets it. Chitoi 2 Dora 6400.
That's painful for Hoshino.
Yeah, it's
He
perfect for
she
Furumoto.
yeah, she's been struggling for the entire hand trying to keep up, and another painful to deal in, and she has all to do in the last.
But that puts Furumoto
Yeah.
in that sweet spot where he only needs a Mangan Sumo to take first place away from Hiro.
Well, yeah, I suppose that's also it. But in Rihime rules, I think not everyone's gonna go for the manga and sumo with the
Well, it also makes a big difference on the type of match.
yeah,
So in Pro League, you definitely do not need to go for the Mangan Sumo here. If you have the shot for it, then you'll take it. But
yeah. But with it being a final here, I suppose.
final table, there's going to be hopefully a little bit more fun aggression. It looks like maybe he's definitely dropping the one so pair. So it looks like he's looking for, even though the
Tanya?
Dora is 1-mon, it looks like maybe a Tanyo shift. Or at least a hedge. Definitely going for the Pinfu though, so it doesn't need any extra pairs.
Yeah, and he probably doesn't want to call Ricci with this score he has. He's gonna not want to deal in.
Oh, this is Shimizu I'm talking about. Oh, I meant to be talking about
Furumoto.
Furumoto, but this is Shimizu's hand. So Shimizu's going for the Pinfu hand. And also 345 Sanshoko, it looks like. So
Yeah, Shimizu is quite close to being above 30k, so.
Furumoto also going for a Pinfu hand.
So.
Here it is right here. And I think this is something we're more likely going to see the Tanyo shift for.
Furumoto has the 3-4-5 Sanshoku chance here with the draw.
They both have 3-4-5. Looks like we're gonna have multiple Sanshoku attempts.
Yeah, because we have two players with like Mangan-esque points that need. Yeah, but Shimizu gets. That's not a pretty useful 2M. Does he go for the simple route? The reach one Dora? Or does he go for the 3-4-5? And he plays the middle route. So he can still take the two-sided weight, but
It's going
and
to figure out a pair somewhere.
Furumoto calls, so he's probably gonna take what he has, and Shimizu calls reach. And Furumoto is probably not gonna want to deal into that. He has no idea if that's like 7,700, and it's gonna make him just a bit below the 30k mark. But he gets the Tempai. And I suppose he's gonna discard the 4-pin? Or does he want to take another detour? I think. Yeah, he has to take the Tempai here with the 6-so and the 6-mon both being complete.
There's options to change to open-ended with the mon later.
Yeah.
The 6 of characters later.
Yeah. And Hoshino here draws a pair of Doras, but is it too late?
I mean, Hoshino's main goal has to be to get to Tenpai, and then any extra points are just kind of sort of bonus.
Yeah. She needs the wrench on, definitely. Furumoto here. Deals in. Doesn't. And Shimizu doesn't call the win. Yeah, Furumoto plays the free so, but
So he's
Shimizu.
looking for maybe a sumo.
Yeah, he wants max value from this hand, so he's not gonna accept it. 2600, which is pretty final-esque move, I say. And Furumoto gets the draw on the 6, so.
And that is the risk that you run when you let wins go by.
Yeah. It's a bit difficult for Shimizu. Like, I see why he'd want to do that, but
it might be a little bit early to do that. It's more of a last game move.
But here, so we've reached the end of this second game in this final.
We have Hiro takes first place in the second game with 24.8. Furumoto in second with 13.7. Shimizu in third with minus 10.5, and Hoshino in fourth with minus 28.0.
Wow, my profile pic is back.
There it is. Look, we have Chapman.
Yeah. Hi guys, I'm Chapman from JPML 42nd, and great, I'll be commentating here today with Jenn.
Yes, we will do one more game today, since it was such a short game. We had to do last week. We only could do one game, so we'll do 2 today, and then we'll just do the final game next week. So stay tuned. We're gonna take a quick break. We will be right back. Do not go away, please.
In a moment.
Hold on, I have like the wrong. There it is. Okay. Yeah, don't go away. I'm just gonna get the be right back thing. There it is. No, it's not. Maybe I just have to move it up. There it is. Okay. Alright, Chapman and Jenn, we'll be right back. You are... And welcome back.
Welcome back.
Alright, I'm Jenn. That's Chapman. We got one more game going on here. Hello, Mr. Rainbow. Hello, dude. Alright. We are ready for game 3 of the 5th Ranwa. This happened in 2025, so we're almost caught up with the Ranwa games. In October, we're going to be streaming the final that happened this year. I think... Are you playing in the Wakajishi? Or did you play?
Yeah, I am, and I'm actually playing in the best 16 tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. So hopefully we'll see Chapman on the final table when we cover that live in September. We will be streaming the Wakajishi final table live.
If I don't make it, I'll probably be here. But wish me luck.
All right. Yes, good luck. That's awesome. And now we are going into a game.
全国の麻雀ファンの皆様、こんにちは。本日は第5期乱和戦決勝戦の模様をお届けいたします。続きましては3回戦です。実況の秋葉みなみです。解説には第1期乱和戦優勝魚谷由美プロ、そして第3期乱和戦優勝矢崎幸之助プロにお越しいただいております。お二人とも引き続きよろしくお願いいたします。お願いします。
The sound for me was on from the last one. Now, okay, there we go. That was the sound from this one. Now it's off. Yeah, Furumoto has done some catching up and is really not very far behind Shibata. Hoshino, unfortunately, has dropped down quite a bit and now has a bigger gap, and Shimizu has even more to make up. He started the second game in a really difficult position, and it's only gotten worse, I think, since then. They're coming. Just keep coming. They'll come up one at a time. In time. Now, so this is game 3, and there'll be 4 games. So we'll watch the last game next week. Wait, what? I have to... Oh, Chapman can't be heard. Oh my god.
He's taking quite a detour here. He is looking for Toy, and he is keeping all the honors in his hand to potentially lock down any potential pushes, and he draws the green dragon pair. Wow. And he calls a pawn on the 9 so. Plays the 8 so, and he's 2 away with 2 calls. Quite rare for Hero, if all of you have been following his Mahjong.
I'm getting a jump to try and keep this dealer turn as long as possible, but Shimizu is going to reach.
Calls reach on the open-ended way to the 5-8 pin with the Takame, the higher sided being the 5 pin, the Dora. And the Hero being 2 away probably won't push too much. And here Hoshino is struggling for a safe tile.
The thing is, Hiro has a really short hand after calling so much, but also has a lot of fairly safe tiles in the hand still.
Yeah, so that's why he feels safe to do just 2 calls. And here Hoshino probably is going to play the 4M. Yeah. Well, it's a 1 chance, and the 2M and the 7 is safe, and the 5 is now safe as well. So Furumoto is probably going to fold his hand, and Hiro is not going to take any risk here with dropping the pair of Hatsu, and Shimizu draws the 5-8 pin, the 8 pin for Riichi Tsumo Pinfu. So it's 700, 1300.
Small win, but it's really important to end Hiro's dealership there, and also gets him as the only player positive for the time being.
Yeah, Shimizu really needs 2 huge wins here, so every hand is worth something for him, even if it's only Pinfu Nomi. And Shimizu gets another shot at the dealership here. So, this hand is, I'd say it's like 30 points out of 100. And here, Furumoto calls the white dragon, the potential half flush. And Shimizu's taking his time. Hoshino gets the pair of draws the east, but she's not discarding it this early. And Hiro plays the white dragon. Okay. I'm trying to catch up with what's happening. Going so fast around me.
Yeah, really good fill-in for Hoshino, I think, for 3-sided.
Yeah. Furumoto has the pair of Dora, so the half flush is probably out of the window.
Still 2 away for Hoshino, but really flexible shapes now.
Yeah.
Furumoto's just gonna keep that 8-mon. The Dora pair locked in, doesn't need the 6.
Hiro is also 1 away. He has the 3-5-7 on the Manzu, and can get Tenpai with a call on the Green Dragon. Yeah, for Hoshino, I think the Sozu is gonna be like the biggest bottleneck for her. It's not gonna be easy to call, and Hiro's hedging the half flush. She draws the 9 so, which gives her a much better shape now. And Hiro's probably gonna drop all the Manzu. Yeah, he goes for the flush. So the green dragon is still in the wall. And he's going to probably drop that as well. And Shimizu is moving towards Tanyao. Hoshino plays the 1 from the 1-3-3-5 shape. It's pretty interesting. Like, some might drop the 3, and some might drop the 5. But with Furumoto calling, she plays the 3, and Furumoto calls a chi. Makes him 1 away.
Looking for optimum value, the most stickiest tiles that he can hold on to. Lots of options for Tenpai now. Anything above 4 in the Sozu and above 5 in the Manzu will make him Tenpai, as well as the Dora itself.
Definitely. Shimizu here. A chance for Tanyao Yipeiko. But he's still a little bit away. He's 2 away, if I'm not mistaken. So Furumoto here has rearranges his hand for the calling shape. Yeah, he definitely gonna need to call the 7 bamboo if it comes out, which might come out if Hoshino draws the 4, but Hoshino locks down his shape, and Furumoto has a Tenpai on the 5 bamboo. So yeah, Kuhai Dora pair, it's 3,900.
So I actually remember when this match was happening, and this Tenpai now for Hoshino. Waiting for the 6, so she can discard the red dragon shield with the Dama. So can't actually win on the hand because she doesn't have a Yaku.
What a draw.
So Dora for Furumoto.
Furumoto draws the 3rd Dora. Wait on the 6-9 so. And Shimizu completes the Ipeiko. 1 away. And I guess it's going to be quite a clash between Shimizu and Furumoto. Shimizu needs the dealer. And Hiro draws the green dragon. And Shimizu gets a Tenpai on the 6 dots.
Very eventful round here.
Yeah, and look at all the 3 players with huge hands, and also Hoshino with the Tenpai. And Furumoto continues with the 6-9, so Hiro's probably going to push with Menhon. And here, Shimizu gets the choice between playing the 4 dots or the 6 dots. He plays the 6 dots for Tanyao Yipeiko.
So this was the time when I made Furumoto promise me that he would take me to dinner if he won the whole tournament.
Oh. So it seems that he didn't.
Well, we don't know. You'll have to watch to the end to see if I got to go to dinner with Furumoto or not. Shimizu wins the hand from Furumoto. Not good for Jenn, as far as my evening plans go.
Yeah.
That puts Shimizu again as the only positive player for this match.
Well, you know what? It is quite an important win for Shimizu. He had the choice between the 6 or taking the Shampon between the 3 dots, and he made the right call. So, with all the 4 players being Tenpai in that hand, a win is a win. So here, Shibata needs a Yaku, I suppose. He is quite far from any hand. And Furumoto with a pretty good hand. So Hiro has the Sanshok chance on the 1-2-3 here. If he gets a Yakuhai pair, there might be a chance for a flush. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, I suppose he's going to go for the half flush on the Manzu. Yeah, going for the flush also gives you an opportunity for more safe tiles in your hands, which quite suits his play style. Shimizu. Wow, Furumoto has another chance at the Ipeiko on the Pinzu. And Hiro draws the Dora, and he discards it. Quite a smart move here. So he probably isn't going to make use of the Dora in his final shape, and he decides to let it go a bit early. And Furumoto here decides to drop the pair of North for Tanyao. It seems like a pretty good hand for Tanyao, especially when you have the opportunity to do a Tanyao Ipeiko, which allows for a route to Mangan, and Hiro draws another Dora.
Welcome, Heidi.
Doesn't need. Hi.
Really invested in this 5-6-7 Sanshoku working out for Furumoto.
Will Shimizu drop the 5M? He doesn't. He drops another pair. So he is taking his time.
Yeah, also the south is...
Wow.
Since it's east around the south is going to make a Pinfu hand possible.
Yeah, so Furumoto...
Hiro goes for that flush, and that's exactly why Shimizu wanted to hold on to the 5, so 5M also could have been stuck to and maybe made some sort of Sanshoku.
Furumoto is with a wider one away for the 5-6-7 Sanshoku, and Hiro has the calls, but the red dragon is already 2 in the discards.
Still one white dragon left though, and only 1 away from ready. So
yeah, Hoshino here is taking quite some time. Like, she has been struggling this afternoon. She isn't getting any progress in her hands, which isn't something you'd want to happen to you in a final table, but it is what it is.
I'm sorry, Hiro was 2 away from ready. It looks so put together, but those Manzu are just not connected to the 8.
Yeah. Shimizu doesn't keep the 7.
So Shimizu does have that shape that she's holding on to, the 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 9, the open-ended gutty, where you hold on to that 9 because if the 8 fills in, then it does complete the 2. Although with Dora, I'm not sure some people would not necessarily think they need that.
He's definitely not going to want to play the Dora, so not much use for the 7 here. And Hiro gets the Ishan 10. It's interesting that Shimizu is for 10 on the 8, so, but if he manages to draw it again, then it's all good.
A little bit worried about that 4-mon, but lets it go, and it's Cheed for Tenpai. Not Tenpai.
Yeah, it's
1 away again.
It's still 1 away.
Maybe a little bit more flexibility because of the red dragon, 2 red dragons in the discards. So it'd be hard for him to get.
It kind of feels like some pressure onto the other players, like how Shimizu is a bit locked onto the one of the one man. He probably can't drop it easily after, but he still discards it. It is quite a risky tile in this round, especially with Hiro with the overflow of the manzu. He doesn't get tenpai, and so doesn't Shimizu. And Hoshino also doesn't get the tenpai, so let's see if Furumoto gets it, and he doesn't. And it's the white dragon.
Yeah, not going to discard the white dragon against Hiro. And that might actually might have kept Hiro from getting to tenpai, because without that call, the white dragon may have come out. It would have been Hoshino's hand, though.
Yeah, but Hoshino probably wouldn't discard the white dragon with her hand. So.
Possibly. She might have been spooked before, but if she had gotten to tenpai, and she was very close for a few minutes there, then it may have been worth the risk without any calls. With calls on the table, I think you cannot make that discard, but without any calls and no reach, it's possible.
So Hoshino. Okay. Furumoto with the pair of south, he doesn't call the south. And here Shimizu has an open-sided weight with the 7M Dora here. And Hiro has a pretty average Tanyo hand, and Shimizu might go for the half flush, but he has the Dora to think of as well. Like, if Shimizu calls the green dragon here, but he does call the green dragon, and he's one away. So Hiro gets some progress here. Shimizu gets a pair of the 6 pin, but he drops it in favor for the 6-9 so. So he has a double 6-9 so open-handed weight. So with Shibata in this position, it's unlikely that Shibata is gonna actively drop tiles for him, but he did discard the 4M, so that might be the case. That Hiro's gonna give a little bit of assist to Shimizu, and Hiro gets the tenpai on the 8 so, which Shimizu has a pair of. And Hoshino here.
Yeah, one here in Hoshino's hand.
Yeah. It seems that Furumoto won't be able to stop the 8 so. And so Shimizu
is hoping for like a 6-9, I think, for open-ended.
And the 8 so comes out from Hoshino.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting it to come out from. Her hand was really like unfortunate shapes that were difficult to work with.
Yeah, she'd probably want to drop the higher part of the Sozu for a chance at Itsu or some sort of route to a high value Yaku, but Hiro was already tenpai at that point, so
shut it down. Yeah, it was really kind of difficult spot for Hoshino. I don't think there was any good decisions in that, like options in that hand. Everything just looked kind of bad.
Yeah.
Not good. No, nothing was really big value for herself, and it was not one of those fun hands.
Yeah. Just stuck between a rock and a hard place. Here, so for this hand, it's Furumoto's dealer. I think he definitely wants to get some value out of his hand. He has Dabuton pair, which is worth a lot in this rule. It really depends on if he gets the call. And if he calls it, he's en route to a 7,700 hand. He also has the uncle on the 1M, so it makes it pretty easy for him to.
Yeah, if he can fill in that with the. Oh, he has the door already. So. And now the door is part of an open-ended sequence. He doesn't even need to fill in the middle weights.
Yeah, it's a pretty good hand. So he has he has 6 blocks in his hand, so he might be looking to wow, and what a 7M draw. He gets to drop the 5-7 of the Pinzu.
So in English commentary, we call this 3 Jen Shonten. Because he's only 3 away from a Yakuman hand. When we count not just normal Shonten, but how many away from Yakuman, we call it Jen Shonten. Because as you noticed with that Shuren discussion earlier, Jen is always going for a Yakuman.
So he gets the Tenpai. He can't make use of the East, but it's still good enough for him. It's 50 fu, if I'm not mistaken, on a Ronagari. So, good hand. If he draws it, it's going to be 2,600 all. And the East is here, and it's probably going to be unplayable with the East being unseen in this rule. And Hoshino takes a detour with the 3 red dragons. Shimizu is probably going to struggle to push this hand, and Furumoto keeps going. 1. Let's do a quick count. So Shibata has 1 free-so, Shimizu 2 frees and a 6. And Hoshino with a 6. So 3 left, and Furumoto draws a 6 for 2,600 all, which is what he needs perfectly in this situation. And I think in the scores they're really, really close now. Yeah. Wow, they're just a tenth of a point away from each other. So with that win, I think, Jen, your plans are back on the table. So both of them are really close in this game. Of course, there's another.
Actually has a pretty nice hand with you have the double gutty, the double gut shot, or the double middleweight for the Dora. Right here, the 579. So it looks like he's going to be able to use that Dora.
Yeah, he uses the Dora and calls a reach. It's going to be another similar value hand from the last one. And in this rule, I think these sort of mid-value hands are really important. And Hoshino here gets a 3 for 5 Sanshoku chance. He probably needs the 7, the Dora. 7, so 4 the Sanshoku Tenpai. And here Shimizu has a 2-sided, 3-sided weight, which is also a pretty good hand. So everyone other than Hiro has the hand, and Hiro is a bit slow, but he has the green dragon concealed in his hand, so still a chance for him to do something with this hand. And Furumoto gets some progress. The 5M filling in the two-sided. Wow, Hiro gets 2 good draws in a row, making him 1 away.
So Furumoto is still 2 away, but it's really flexible shape, especially when that West can be used either as a triple or...
Draws the Dora!
No, 1 away.
Yeah, that's like the best draw you can have in that situation.
No, yeah, now that West will definitely be used as a triple. I mean, it can be used as a pair if he draws another Dora. That would be fine.
Wow, he draws the 8, but he doesn't need that at all. I think he's going to be more comfortable with this shape.
So, yeah, as far as efficiency-wise, discarding the Dora there is actually the most efficient as far as number of tiles that you can accept. But you also have to think about score in Mahjong.
Yeah, for value, that this looks better, and Hiro gets the tempo on the 5-8 pin. Hoshino has a tempo, but she's 1 away from Sanshoku, so she'd probably want to wait for that.
See, and that's where the efficiency comes in. If he had discarded the Dora first, then he would have been tempo. But Hiro will draw the open-ended weight anyway. Green Dragon Sumo.
That's a really important win for Hiro. Like Furumoto would definitely want to make that Dora hand worth something, but yeah, again, Hiro makes progress through the game, and it's now into the south. So it looks like a really decent hand.
Yeah, already pretty well put together. A few floating honor tiles, and that's it for Hiro. Shimi's also lots of open-ended options.
And he's probably looking at a 1-2-3 Sanshoku. And yeah, flush definitely looks.
I don't know. He has a pair of 1s. He's gonna have to, if he's gonna go for the. I think he's gonna hedge. Oh, he's gonna go for it, straight for it.
He goes for it. Like, if he wants to take the hedge, I think like the north seems like a good choice with it being discarded on the table, but he goes for the flush.
Yeah, I just don't have any idea because it won't hedge like I guess because it was already tempai, but the Churen, they're gonna.
Yeah, the hero. Yeah, I think he is pretty interesting to watch. He definitely has the flair in his Mahjong, and Shimizu draws the 2 dots and drops the open-handed side for the 1-2-3 Sanshoku. And Furumoto is gonna take his time. I think with the triplets of the south, he'd probably want to go a little bit more straightforward with like the value already there, but he is taking his time. Yeah. And Hiro kind of goes back to a normal hand with Sumo not really working well for him. Hoshino drops the south. Furumoto gets a pair on this green dragon. Allows for some calls, I guess. Yeah, with the concealed triplets, he'd still get some value even after calling the green dragon, so it's gonna be good. And Hoshino here is kind of looking for Yakuman, right? Wow, Furumoto draws the triplets for the green dragon, so Sanko might be on the table.
If you can get 3 Anko, I think you can get 4.
Yeah, and Hoshino draws the open-sided, so no Yakuman this time, I guess. No.
Yeah, too bad. You can, I mean, Jinchon's alright.
Yeah. Okay, and Furumoto is 1 away. It's a
1 away from a normal hand, but only
Yeah,
two away from I think it's only 2 away from Yakumo.
Yeah.
Two Jen Shanten.
2 Jenn Shanten. Here. Hero is proceeding, and so is. Yeah, he's one away. One away from Junchan Dora Dora.
Yeah, that's massive.
He can call the hand and still have value, which is pretty important. Like if she calls the 7 so or the 3 dots or the 1 pin, all of those are viable calls. And Hero is keeping safe tiles, and Shimizu gets the Tenpai, the Sanshoku on the 3 so. And I think Hoshino is gonna push this with the Dora Dora. And Furumoto's 3 so might come out if he gets a pair and the other. Wow, and Hoshino calls upon on the Dora, plays the 2 dot, which is definitely a Mangan hand, and I think Hero is going to be on high alert.
Yeah, since with the A rolls we don't play Kiriage, then it's not going to round up to Mangan unless you have the Fu or the Han that you need, and with 5 Han it's definitely going to be Mangan. With 4 it probably would have only been 7,700.
Yeah. So the 300 is definitely going to mean something.
It means so much in these rules when the Uma is only like 4 and 8, right? So
yeah. So Hero is struggling to decide on the safe tile. He doesn't have a completely safe tile, but he plays the 5M. And Shimizu draws the 3 so for the Sanshoku. Oh, Shimizu is back up. No, he has been on top, but he is a bit far off on first place now, but he still needs quite a lot to fill in the gap. That he needs probably 2 more of those hands before he has a shot towards the title. And Hoshino here feels like a flush on the board, but Shimizu is quite far away. Hoshino is Ishanten if she calls the Green Dragon, which might come out anytime soon with Shimizu's hand. Shimizu still seems to be dropping all the honor tiles, so it's gonna come out anytime. And I think Hoshino's gonna take the pawn. So she keeps 9 pin, and Furumoto here gets Tenpai. He sticks the 7M onto the Dora for an open-ended side weight, and 5-8 the Manzu, and Shimizu here has a triplets of the 8, so not that much left for the motto, and Hoshino pushes the 3, and Furumoto draws another Dora, which he doesn't need.
Furumoto is the worst person that he could deal into at this point. Dealing into Furumoto would put Furumoto well into first place and also get Jenn a nice dinner. Shibata did not promise me a dinner if he won the whole thing.
Drops the 9. The 9 is a safe tile. He's still gonna keep Finding the safe tiles. The free looks pretty good. Shimizu draws the green dragon, and Hoshino is Tenpai, and she calls the reach. And the green dragon might come out from Shimizu with 2 players already on reach. It definitely seems like it's going to come out anytime soon.
I mean, once he runs out of safe tiles, until then, definitely not. But once you run out of safe tiles against 2 reaches, if you have a pair of honors, that's going to be your choice.
So I think Shimizu is going to be pushing quite hard on. There it goes. Yeah.
And that was
100.
The 3-so is, he was going for, maybe looking for a 3-sided weight.
Yeah, I think he was looking for like a Tanyao for his reach, so not much of a
keeping the 3 was very flexible for that Tanyao shape, and a 4 would be a 3-sided weight, which is something that you can actually push against 2 other reaches with. But
yeah, so he goes for the pair of honors and deals in, unfortunately, but for hero, I think it's like the best outcome for that hand. Like, he definitely would not want Furumoto to win his hand, and Hoshino comes out as the savior for hero. So Shimizu is looking for another Tanyao hand. Hoshino has quite a few pairs, and Furumoto drops the 5 dots for a potential red dragon call. So Hoshino can choose to keep the 3 dots. She could also drop the 9 dots for Tanyao, which is what she chose. Furumoto might be hedging the flush here, but he has the 1 and 2 of the Manzu. Hoshino draws a pretty good 4 pin, which might give her a chance at a Tanyao Pinfu hand. Well, Tanyao is a pretty good shape you'd want to be in for dealer, and she draws another 4M, and she actually has she actually has a 3-4-5 Sanshoku chance with a draw of the 3-so and the 5-so. And Shimizu is 1 away. And
that's Tenpai, but just the
Tanyao.
Yeah, wait, that's not Tenpai, sorry. That was a 7. Her thumb was,
That is Tenpai. That is a Tenpai on the 5.
It's a Tenpai for the 5-so, but not the great one. I was actually thinking she had tripled up the 7, and it was so let's take the temporary Tenpai.
Yeah, but I think dropping the 6 also makes sense there, like refusing the Tenpai and leaving 2 chances for Ipeiko.
Yeah, it gives you a much better chance to reach in the future. Not a great weight for a reach as it stands right now. And 6-7 Shabu is not really better than 5-so middleweight.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep the chance to change into a Sanshoku weight, but she wins the 5-so for the Renchan.
So it's really important to take that Tenpai there because you don't want to miss out on a win from anyone.
Yeah.
But you're not confident in that weight enough to reach and face a chasing reach, because anybody who reaches against the dealer reach is going to have something much stronger, and it's going to put you in a really bad position.
Yeah, she's at least she's still like 20 points away from first place. So as long as she doesn't deal in quite hardly, I think she's gonna have a chance on the final Hanchan. Like I've heard from the Japanese pros that in these kind of games you would want yourself to be within 20 points of the first place to actually stand a chance.
Going into the last game, you mean?
Yeah, going into the last game. And I see Hoshino still quite stands a chance if she keeps her scores at where she is now.
So you have these thresholds. If you're within 20 points going into the last game, then during the game you can get within 10 points of first place before all lasts, and then all you need is a Mangan Sumo.
Definitely. Yeah, leaving a Mangan Sumo win requirements on the final hand is pretty important. Like anything more than that in this rule seems pretty difficult, but yeah, I'd say Mangan is quite realistic. And Furumoto gets nice the Dora pair.
Yeah, really nice pair up. And options to call as well, besides that Dora.
Yeah, calling the Green Dragon still gives you quite a decent hand. And Hoshino might play the Dora at any moment if she gets Tempai.
Yeah, I don't know, because she does have all those pairs here, so we might see a Dora Tonki wait.
Yeah, wow. Furumoto gets the triplets for the Dragon, but Hiro gets a Tempai on the Chitoi, the West.
It is a pair for the Toitsuba.
Yeah. And Hoshino might push here. But I don't think she's going to be pushing the Dora. She might take a detour with the Manzu.
It's really tough here. So I think she's going to go for the pairs, because the thing is, as her last dealership, if she gets really far behind Hiro here, it's actually Furumoto who deals in. But that puts her in an almost impossible position in the last game. So even if she's a little bit negative and behind Hiro, not dealing in is going to keep her in a position that she can still fight in the last game.
Yeah, she's like 2k away from getting a plus here, which is what she needs.
Yeah, so she gets a positive here. It won't be within 20 points maybe of Hiro. It could be depending on what she wins, but still, I mean, if you're not 20, 30 is still better than 40, right? So
yeah, I think for the other three players, it's pretty important to make sure Hiro doesn't get a plus here, or it's going to be pretty hard for all three of them to chase after.
Yeah, so he's going to be the final dealer in the last game.
And Furumoto has the Koshi hand.
What terrible timing for a Koshi hand.
Yeah, you definitely want Tempai, but that looks nothing like Tempai. And so I think Furumoto will have to rely on the other two. Like, this hand just doesn't seem to be like realistically speaking, you're not gonna have like more than 10% of getting Tempai on such a hand. And you definitely want Hiro to not get a plus here. So he'll probably be waiting for Shimizu to like win a 300, 500. Save everyone. Here, so Shibata is still hedging on what Yaku does he want to progress on. Hoshino gets another two-sided weight here. She has quite a decent hand. I think she looks the most likely out of the three to get a Tempai at any time. Hiro feels a bit Shanta-esque, I guess. And Furumoto is still 3 away.
And if this were like 5 years ago, then Furumoto probably would have called the 9 tiles 9 types and the aborted draw on that.
But yeah, the rule changed like I think a few years ago. Yeah. I forgot when did the rule change, but yeah, that was allowed until a certain point.
It was allowed for a very long time in JPML. JPML hung on to those rules for dear life. And honestly, I'm kind of sad that they're gone from the A rules. I like the A rules to be as different as possible from the WRC rules, because if they're going to like make them the same, then I just want them to be the same.
So, making them similar to each other just isn't interesting enough, I guess.
For my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I'll play with whatever rules I'm presented with. But personally, as my own personal preference, I would have loved for them to keep the Kurikai where you could switch.
Yeah, the Kurikai is pretty interesting, I'd say. Like it allows lots of flexibility for hands. And Furumoto is 2 away from Kokushi. He is lacking the East, the red dragon, and the green dragon. So the red dragon, there's 1 red dragon left, and for the green dragon, it's 2 in the wall. And finally, the East is also 2 in the wall.
So it was only like 3 years ago, actually. 2023 was when they changed the rules.
So it was pretty recent.
From Kurikai, yeah.
Yeah. The East is dead. I messed up. Like someone has the pair of East in their hand, so Furumoto's Kokushi is drawing dead. He still has a chance of Tenpai, at least. He has 2 of the green dragon and 1 of the red. And Hiro here gets the Chitoi Tenpai. Dora. He definitely want to win this hand to 2 dots to send him into the positives, as well as to give him quite an advantage going to the final game. I think Furumoto is starting to consider a fold.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that that's the hand he was dealt for his last dealership.
Yeah.
It might have even been beneficial to just try and force a normal hand just to try and get a Tenpai.
Yeah, I suppose that was like available, but he didn't. So
yeah, it's really.
Yeah, but looking at the discards, it's still going to be pretty difficult, even if he went for a normal hand.
Yeah, I mean, Tenpai calling for like K10 might have been an option just to keep the dealership in the last hand, because last place in this game, and he was so close.
Those were the white dragons.
Yeah, he was so close to getting into first place in the middle of the game, right? So.
Yeah, he was so close when he had the last dealership in like the East round, but it just fell off for him. And Shimizu draws the 2 dots. Like, I think Hiro did consider if Furumoto had a Kokushi Tenpai when he played the white dragon, and Furumoto is trying for K10 here, but he's still quite far away. The pair of 1 man is with Shibata, so that's not something Furumoto can call. And Hoshino here gets a K10. If Hoshino gets a 1-person Tenpai, she's gonna get a plus, but as we all know, Hiro has the Tenpai. Yeah, Shimizu is still holding on to a 7-pair Ishanten. Hoshino is probably gonna push all the way to the end. Furumoto is 2 away with 2 rounds left. Hiro plays the Dora. He is Tenpai. He probably is gonna go all in with this hand. And so is Hoshino. And Furumoto is throwing dead. He has 1 sumo left with 2 away. So he folds, and Shibata doesn't get the win, but a plus is more than enough for him. And in this situation, and it's the final draw of this, and it's a 9-man. So I suppose this is the worst outcome for all three of Hiro's opponents. Look at Furumoto's
expression.
Yeah, I think he kind of expected it when he saw his hand dealt to him, but like, not much he could do.
And that's gonna put Hiro way in first place going into the last game. Yeah. More than 30 points ahead of second place, which is Furumoto. First place in the game overall is Shimizu plus 15.2. Second place, Hiro Shibata plus 5.1. Third place, Ami Hoshino with minus 4.4. And last place, Kazuhiro Furumoto with minus 15.9. Not big scores at all because everybody had very, very close to 30,000 at the end of the game. So just tiny pluses and negatives in this game number 3. But going into the last game, Hiro Shibata is going to have a massive lead on everyone else.
Yeah, Shimizu had the mission here to try to edge the gap, but he just couldn't get enough wins to bridge the gap. And for Furumoto, he really needed the plus here to catch on to Shibata as well. And for Hoshino, her hands just didn't really make the cut for this Hanchan. So going into the final game, I guess Shibata is going to be quite in the lead.
Yeah, it's going to be a
interesting watch next week.
Interesting. We will watch the last game next week and also the player interviews. So come back and see if Jenn gets taken out to dinner or not with a Furumoto win. That's what I'll be rooting for next week. But thank you so much, Chapman, for showing up and giving us some English commentary. It was super fun. And we hope to see you in more. But good luck for now in the best 16 in Wakajishi tomorrow.
Yes, I'll be playing in the Wakajishi tomorrow. And yeah, I'll be looking for all the support I can get. So,
well, everyone from the JPML channel chat, all the viewers will be rooting for you. So good luck and thank you again.
Everyone, and we'll see you again.